Hello po mga kababayan, si Dante Maravillas. Taranta at defensive na ngayon po si Congressman Pulong Duterte. Bakit nandiyan Mr. Maravillas? Ito kasi yung balita. 81 out of 121 flood control projects sa distrito po ni Pulong. May nasili pong problema. Flag. Pag sinabing flag, nasili po na may problema. Kaya iimbestigan po ng Congress. Tapos, kaya biglang nag-react mga kababayan si Pulong. Defensive ngayon si Pulong. Sabi ni Pulong, yung mga flood control projects niya sa distrito ko, walang ghost. Adi dapat i-welcome po ninyo ang investigasyon ng Congress. Diba? Mas na dapat i-welcome po ninyo, Congressman Pulong, ang pinaplano na pag-imbestiga ng Kongreso para yung mga duda po mawala. Pero kung kwento-kwento lang po galing sa inyo, malabo na maniwala yung mga mamamayang Pilipino kasi sabi nga dito sa amin, sunado na kayo. Ang pamilya Duterte, sunado. Normal yung pagsisinungaling kasi. Sa mga Duterte, di ba? Kaya kung mere statement ng denial, walang maniniwala. Di ba? Tapos pag sa psychology po, pag defensive ang isang tao, ang ibig sabihin niyan, guilty. Ang kasabihan dito sa amin po, pag may lugad niya, minakirat. Ang kabayo, pag may lugad, minakirat. Ang kabayo daw, pag may sugat, nagre-react pag sinasakyan kasi siyempre masakit yung sugat sa likod. Kaya ang kabayo pag may lugad, minakirat. Ayan ang lumalabas ngayon. Yan sabi niya, Davao City has nothing to hide. Duterte said in response to Congressman Tinio's accusation of irregularities in several flood control projects implemented in the city from 2019 to 2022. Citing a partial dataset of 121 flood control projects worth 6.06 billion pesos, ang sabi po ni Congressman Antonio Tinio na ang kanya daw na team of analysts na pag-alaman na 80 contracts worth 4.35 billion and implemented in Davao in Matina River showed serious red flags. Ayon kay Tinio po, their findings were based on data sourced from the Department of Public Works and Highways na nagsasabi 80 out of 121 projects were either ghost, overpriced, or redundant. Pag redundant po yung project, ibig sabihin, existing na, binedjitan uli, tapos kinubra. Ganon mga kababayan. Yung sabi po ni Tinio, there are indicators anya that point to ghost projects, double funding, location changes, gross overpricing in contracts awarded without clear specifications. Of the 121 contracts with a total value of 6.06 billion, 79 were identified as congressional insertions, totaling 4.07 billion pesos according to Tinio. Among the glaring examples was the awarding of 62 contracts totaling 3.43 billion pesos allegedly without proper details. Based on Tinio's presentation, 2 of these flood control projects were undertaken by the Diskaya-owned firms, St. Timothy Construction Corporation and Alpha and Omega General Contractor and Development Corporation, amounting to 96.50 million pesos and 90.48 million pesos respectively. Kaya po yung gustong paimbestiga ng Senado ni Jinggoy Estrada, nung yung chairman pa po si Marcoleta ng Blue Ribbon, ang gustong paimbestigan lang po 2022, focus lang anya tayo 2022 to 2025. Imalinaw pong tumiba yung mga Diskaya sa mismong pag-amin po sa pagtatanong po ni Bato de la Rosa, 2016 daw sila nagsimula sa flood control. At based po sa graph na present po ni Batangas Representative Chinky Luistro, 2016 po hanggang 2022 nag-peak in billions of pesos yung kontrata ng mga diskaya. Ulit-ulitin natin ito.
Projects, kailan kayo nag-engage ng flood control projects sa DPWH?
Siguro mga 2016 onwards.
Please make sure of your answer.
Yes po, 2016 onwards po.
2016 onwards?
Yes po.
Very clear man yun sa video na sinabi mo. Kung kailan kayo kumita ng malaki, sabi mo, noong nag-DPWH na kami.
Kaya nga, 2016.
Ngayon, gusto mong i-attribute yung wealth ninyo going back noon pa sa tatay mo, noong nagsimula kayo ganon. Pero very clear. The video...
Very clear nga, 2016.
Sinabi mo, noong nag-DPWH na kami.
Yes po.
So, kailan ba kayo nag-DPWH?
Parang sometime in 2012, nag-start kami with DPWH.
Can you be definite with your answer? Parang 2012, oh, please, because you are under oath, please,
Yes po.
make sure of your answers.
Sometime in 2012, we started with DPWH. We started with joining biddings. Pero prior to that, we were with local government.
Yung mga flood control projects, kailan kayo nag-engage ng flood control projects sa DPWH?
Siguro mga 2016 onwards.
Please make sure of your answer.
Yes po, 2016 onwards po.
2016 onwards?
Yes po.
Confirm.
2016 onwards.
Natigilan si Bato. Nilaglag niya yung mismong Duterte administration. 2016 onwards, tumiba po yung mga diskaya. Now you know kung bakit si Marcoleta, mga kababayan, ayaw na yung restitution muna. Para sa mga diskaya, ibalik muna po yung mga nakulimbat, yung nakaw na yaman, before siya na pwedeng tanggapin sa Witness Protection Program ng DOJ. So malinaw na po sa inyo. At dito natin maintindihan kung bakit si Jinggoy Estrada, mga kababayan, ayaw niya na simulan ang investigasyon 2016. Ang gusto niya 2022 to 2025 lang. 2022 onwards niya. Mag-focus tayo. You see, gusto nila malinaw, mga kababayan, na pagtakpan yung previous administration. Kasi doon nga po tumiba yung mga diskaya. Pati sa Davao. At yung diskaya, naging kapartner ng CLTG. Yung construction company na pag-ari po ng tatay ni Bongo. Ito yung pagtatanong, mga kababayan, ni presentation ni Batangas Congresswoman Chinky Luistro, yung graph.
So if you are referring to the current administration, then this must be 2022 up to 2024 project, Mr. Diskaya. Tama ba yun?
Yes po, Honor.
Okay. So kaya mo natapos ang project is because nakipagkasundo ka sa mga taong pinangalanan mo sa affidavit mo?
Hindi po ako nakipagkasundo, Your Honor. Napilitan lang po kami, Your Honor. Hindi po kami nakipagkasundo kasi ayaw po namin magbayad. Sa totoo lang, masarap po ang buhay namin. Mas malaki sana ang kikitain pa namin kung hindi po kami magbabayad. Ayaw po namin.
Napilitan ka na makipagkasundo. Would that work for you?
Yes. Wala po kami magawa, Your Honor.
Okay.
Hindi po kami nakipagkasundo pala, Your Honor. Napilitan lang talaga.
Nevertheless, you were able to collect the payment for the contracts because you wish to believe dahil nag-submit ka doon sa mga requirement nila. Revenue.
Ito yung graph,
which
mga
you
kababayan.
During your past operations. Secretariat, please.
Yan Pataas siya from 2016 to 2022 po. Kita niyo yung graph? By the billions, 8 billion ito. 1 billion to 8 billion. Yan From 2016, mga kababayan.
Diskaya,
Yan o.
yung revenue mo nag-spike 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and even the first half of 2022.
Pagkatapos, pabagsak na siya. Malinaw po na tumiba sa previous administration yung mga diskaya. Kaya malamang kasama ito po sa mga projects na nagdala ng bilyon-bilyon sa mga diskaya. Yan, o. Based on Tinio's presentation, 2 of these flood control projects were undertaken by the Diskaya-owned firms, St. Timothy Construction Corporation and Alpha and Omega General Contractor in Development Corporation, 96.5 million, 96.50 million pesos, and 90.48 million pesos respectively. So sabi dito, Tinio said, 2 contracts worth 135.14 million were both allocated for the construction of identical sections of the Davao River. The first in 2019, and the second in 2020 with just minor extensions. 2 additional contracts, each with a price tag of 115 million, were also awarded to different contractors for the same project, revetment along Davao River at the Danao River Bridge live stream section, indicating double funding. Kita ninyo, mga kababayan? Furthermore, Tinio explained that 9 contracts costing 484.4 million were carried out in locations not approved in DIGA, often with significantly reduced coverage. He also flagged 620.57 million worth of 10 contracts that were allegedly implemented despite having no corresponding line items in DIGA. Tinio asserted that these flood control projects exhibit red flags and warrant a comprehensive investigation, not just by the House but also by the Ombudsman, Commission on Audit, and the ICI. A resolution is expected to be filed. So, ganon mga kababayan. Earlier, Representative Duterte confirmed that he received 51 billion worth of infrastructure projects, including flood control, during the last 3 years of his father's former President Rodrigo Duterte's term in office. But he maintained that these projects are legitimate and currently serving his constituents. So wala siyang dapat na ikatakot sa investigasyon kung legit. Di ba? Pero pag nagre-react siya na nagagalit siya mga kababayan kasi bobo sisiin, iba ang ibig sabihin yan. Kasi pag wala kang tinatago, dapat welcome yung investigation. Para kung yung mga duda, di mawala yung mga duda. At mapatunayan na walang problema sa implementation, walang ghost projects, walang substandard, walang double allocation, walang redundancy, madaling sabi. Tama pa? Iyang kabayo, pag may sugat, nagre-react talaga po.